Did you know there's a part underneath your car worth thousands of dollars? Well, criminals do, and they're making some big bucks off stealing your property.
Catalytic converter thefts have spiked here in the city, so much so that action was needed.
In a News 12 exclusive, I sat down with Bronx District Attorney Darcel to see not only how big of a problem this has become, but what they plan to do about it.
It's a matter of money. And these things are very expensive.
Catalytic converters. They don't look like much at first glance, but they contain rare metals like platinum and palladium, making them a target for criminals who are chopping them off at an eye-opening rate.
People would call me and say, D.A. Clark, you know, we just had our block, 9 cars, their catalytic converters taken.
The NYPD tells us that as of October 2nd, 7,000 catalytic converter thefts have been reported here in the city, nearly 2.5 times more than during that same time frame last year. By borough, it doesn't get much better. In Brooklyn, thefts have more than tripled. And in the Bronx, it's the same story, with over 1,200 thefts this year already. Victims can end up paying thousands in repairs, and it can happen in a flash.
They are experts. It takes them no time. They're like the crew in NASCAR, the pit crews.
And in some cases, like on the morning of August 25th, the race to steal as many converters as quickly as possible can have deadly consequences.
A car running a red light, crashing into someone who was on her way to work, and that crash caused her death. And inside the car were a number of catalytic converters.
All of this led the DA's office to take a closer look.
This is not isolated incidents. This is organized crime. We know that. We've been investigating it.
Wanda Perez Maldonado is the chief of the DA's Investigations Division.
We're interested in investigating who are these individuals involved, whether they're crews, gang members, or these individuals that are taking an opportunity and exploiting it.
They're also looking into businesses that could be buying the stolen car parts. Perez Maldonado tells me they're getting new cases every day.
We have found that in some instances it's quite organized in terms of everybody in their specific roles, which permits them to commit these crimes in a very short period of time.
Efforts are ramping up. Just this week, Governor Hochul signed a bill to crack down on catalytic converter theft, and on Thursday, the City Council will discuss potential legislation of their own. D.A. Clark will be taking action this week as well, teaming with the NYPD for an event where labels like these will be attached, branding a number onto the converters. And they hope that this will help both to deter thefts and make stolen parts easier to trace.
They're registered with NYPD so that if they are stolen and we do have them recovered, then we can connect the fact that it is stolen and we know which vehicle it's stolen from.
But she says this is just part of what you can do to help stop the trend.
We need people to report, continue to report the crime. We need to let people know that if you do this, you're going to be held accountable.